Hello YouTube, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here. I know I said I was going to do some teaser videos after my previous vlog video. However, I've come across a couple of videos in the past few days where it brings up a serious topic in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I felt like I had to do a video response, so hope you guys enjoy. Now, just to start off, I'm going to be very honest and open about the subject I'm going to talk about in this game, and I don't mean to offend anybody, and if I do, I really am sorry, but I'm just being honest, and that should be all that matters, okay? Right, the topic in general seems to be, keeps cropping up in Yu-Gi-Oh! Every once in a while, and I keep, and as you guys know, I'm quite passionate when I talk about this subject, and, you know, which is bad attitude, bad behaviour in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just in general, right? This is actually a response to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Musketeer, who did a video called Keep Calm, It's Only a Children's Card Game, which in turn is a response to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Player who has posted a video, I think it's called Why Are Yu-Gi-Oh! Players Some of the Worst in the World? And both of these videos basically talk about, you know, how people think because they're playing a children's card game, as it were, that they have the right to act like a child, behave bad, have bad attitude, etc, etc. So I'm going to obviously give my own thoughts and opinions on this, and with this response and all that, and I hope you guys enjoy. Now, as you guys know, there's always going to be, you know, a bad side of Yu-Gi-Oh! There's players who have bad attitudes or bad behaviour just because they think they're the biz in playing a cool, expensive card game. They've got expensive cards, or just as the video's topic seems to suggest, because they're playing a children's card game, that they have the right to act like a child in some senses, even if they are 20, 30, 40 years old. Now, the thing about it, the funny thing is about this, right? It may be a children's card game, but it's not really, in all honesty. You know, this is pretty much a teenager / adult game, because if you want to be honest, right, the age for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently is 6 and up. How many children under the age of, say, 10 or so, you know, actually play this game properly? In all honesty, I haven't, and just from my personal experience, I haven't seen any children under the age of 10 play this card game properly as we adults do. Now, there probably is one or two kids younger than that who do play the game very well, and that's really awesome. You know, that's fair, that's cool, fair enough. But just from my experience, I haven't seen anything like that. So it leads me to believe, anyway, at this point, that it's mostly a teenager / adult game, because obviously of all the mechanics in the game, which are complicated and hard to understand at certain times, because God knows I still get chains mixed up. So yeah, like, using the card game as an excuse to behave badly, I think, is entirely wrong. It's the same as not respecting other people regardless of what kind of deck they have, how expensive their deck is, what kind of play style they have. You know, if you don't have any respect for yourself in general, you're going to have no respect for anybody else, and in the end, the consequences of your actions of behaving badly, having bad attitude, you know, disregarding everybody else and their things and that, basically, it will eventually come back and bite you in the backside. You know, it's karma, it happens, you know. And, you know, if you're a miserable person, you know, you don't have the right to make anybody else miserable, you know. But sadly, even though I say that, there are going to be a few bad apples no matter where you go, whether it's in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game or in life in general. There's always going to be those one or two people, or a couple of people, whether you go to your locals, nationals, YCS, your workplace, a fast food store or something. There's always going to be people who are going to try and spoil it for everybody else, just because they think it's cool, they think they can do it because they've got this or they have that, or just because they think they can, basically. And sadly, it's a fact of life. It's not going to go away. It won't go away in Yu-Gi-Oh! Either. However, that being said, we can make others aware of this problem, and obviously the more people who are aware of this problem, then the quicker that problem kind of gets tackled before it grows out of proportion. For example, say at a locals there's someone who's being really nasty just because they think they can act like it because they're playing a children's card game, and, you know, of course the whole locals knows about it, and then if the head judge or whoever's in charge of that locals is informed immediately, then they can take appropriate action to kick those one or two people out, ban them from the shop, you know, whatever action is appropriate for them. But it also depends on how you see yourself involved at the end of the day. I mean, as I said, the more people who are aware of this kind of topic, then the better, because obviously it means the quicker a response can be applied to the said person who's behaving badly, or, you know, being like a douchebag, basically. Of course, it also depends, as I said, it also depends on how involved you are in the situation. Some people are quite happy to say, oh right, there's a situation over there, I'm going to go straight to the head judge and inform him immediately and get that sorted. You know, if that's your good deed at the end of the day, that's fair enough. But there are also other people who are like, oh, there's something going over there, right, I'm not going to get involved because I'm not confident enough to, you know, confront them or, you know, alert other people or anything. You know, that's okay as well. But you know, if it's a really huge situation, and you know, and even if it doesn't involve you, but it's a huge situation starting to affect others, then that's when I would say you should really go and let somebody know immediately what's going on. You know, said both bits, you know, are fine. It depends on how it affects you and everything. If it's just a local thing between a couple of people, then obviously you can just step back and let that fizzle out, as it were. But if it gets more serious and it starts to affect you or others around you or anything like that, and you want to get something done about it, then obviously go and get something done about it. Whether it's tell a person, confront them directly and everything. You know, bullies don't like to be confronted, and bad people don't like to be confronted or told upon. You know, it's been proven time and time again. The sooner people are aware and deal with it, then the less influence the bully, the bad person, has on you in the card game and all that, and eventually they will come to realise, you know, like, behaving badly is going to get them nothing. You know, behaving badly is only going to get them kicked out, no friends, you know, people, they're just not going to be well liked, basically. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting a wee bit passionate about this again, because I think it's wrong. If you've got no respect for yourself, then you won't have any respect for anybody else. Even if you only have the smallest respect of, like, you respect somebody's playstyle or something, then that's a start at least. You know, because there are people out there who can be really, really nasty about your deck, your playstyle, or they could be very, very jealous and, you know, try to do things like steal your stuff and all that. And of course it's up to you, the player, to take precautions to make sure those kind of things don't happen, because you can't go into a place of Yu-Gi-Oh and not expect something to happen, bad to happen. You know, you must always be prepared. Now luckily for me, most of the time the places I've gone, I've had no problems. I've had nothing taken from me, or I've had good deals and everything. I've not had any problems. But there are a lot of other places that have maybe something bad happen, you know, every once in a while. And, pardon me, and it does take, you know, it's always better to be safe than sorry, basically. What else is there? I don't think there's anything else I can say about this video, basically. I think that's everything I can say. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, just to conclude it all, you know, just because you're playing a children's card game doesn't give you the right to act like a child. You know, if you behave badly, it doesn't matter where it is, your consequences are going to eventually catch up with you, and you're going to be wondering, you know, why did that happen? And it's going to be like, well, it happened because it was your own fault. So in the long and short of it, you know, don't be nasty, don't be a douchebag, you know, have respect for other people and yourself, because that really does go a long way. And in general, you know, just be a nice person. You know, it's a card game at the end of the day. It's a game. You know, a game is meant to be fun, it's meant to be played, you know, and people really enjoy this card game, and they certainly do not want some idiot to ruin it for them at all. And, you know, it's not very fair on them, and it's not very fair on you if you're doing that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, you know, it's everybody's personal choice. If they continue to behave badly or anything, eventually their consequence and karma will catch up with them. You know, and if you decide to confront them about it, then, you know, do it nicely, I suppose, and, you know, make people aware of this situation and everything. As I said, the more people who are aware, the more quickly this can get nipped in the bud, basically. Anyway guys, I think that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!